DMV Written Test. Welcome to your Florida DMV Written Test practice. You'll face 50 multiple choice questions, 40 on road rules and 10 on road signs, just like the real exam. To pass, aim for at least 40 correct answers. Let's begin. When the light is red, drivers A. Must stop after entering the intersection. B. Must yield to oncoming traffic and pedestrians. C. Must come to a complete stop before moving into the intersection. D. Can go, but only if the intersection is clear. C. Must come to a complete stop before moving into the intersection. What is the speed limit for cars in a residential area? A. 30 miles per hour. B. 55 miles per hour. C. 20 miles per hour. D. 15 miles per hour. A. 30 miles per hour. You should use a three-point turn. A. On a curve, to turn your car around in a very small space. B. When you miss an exit on a highway. C. On a hill, if the road is clear. D. Only if the road is too narrow for a U-turn and you can't go around the block. D. Only if the road is too narrow for a U-turn and you can't go around the block.
This symbol is used for A. Slow-moving vehicles. B. Dangerous intersections. C. Yield signs. D. No passing zone. And the answer is A. Slow-moving vehicles.
When a hazard is seen ahead, reaction distance. A. Is how far a vehicle will continue to travel, in ideal conditions, before the driver hits the brakes. B. Equals total stopping distance minus perception distance. C. Is the sum of perception distance and braking distance. D. None of the above. A. Is how far a vehicle will continue to travel, in ideal conditions, before the driver hits the brakes. Which of the following is not a defensive driving technique? A. Looking for possible danger. B. Acting right away to prevent a crash. C. Thinking ahead. D. Being friendly to other drivers. D. Being friendly to other drivers. When the gas pedal is jammed, drivers should not A. Keep their eyes on the road. B. Pull off the road when safe to do so. C. Pump the brake pedal hard and fast. D. Shift into neutral. C. Pump the brake pedal hard and fast. Alcohol tolerance. A. Does not change with age. B. Increases with age. C. Is lower when you drink whiskey. D. Decreases with age. D. Decreases with age.
This road sign means A. The road to the right is for one-way traffic only. B. Stay on the main highway if possible. C. Detour to the right. D. Do not enter. And the answer is C. Detour to the right.
When you see a cyclist approaching at night, you should not A. Use low beam headlights. B. Be careful. C. Use high beam headlights. D. Avoid honking your horn. C. Use high beam headlights. Roads are most slippery. A. When it stops raining. B. When it first starts to rain. C. Just before it rains. D. On hills. B. When it first starts to rain. At intersections marked with stop lines, drivers must A. Come to a complete stop. B. Slow down and enter the intersection. C. Enter the intersection and then stop. D. Signal other vehicles to stop. A. Come to a complete stop.
This road sign means A. The road ends ahead. B. No passing zone. C. Sharp right turn ahead. D. Drivers should drive with caution. And the answer is D. Drivers should drive with caution.
The main purpose of right-of-way rules is to A. Gradually remove traffic signals from the roads to improve the deficit. B. Avoid crashes in school zones by helping school buses. C. Make road rules difficult to understand. D. Help with smooth and safe traffic flow. D. Help with smooth and safe traffic flow. Restricted lanes are usually reserved for A. Special black vehicles. B. Carpool vehicles or buses. C. Trains. D. Trucks during rush hour traffic. B. Carpool vehicles or buses. What shape is a railroad advance warning sign? A. Rectangle. B. Pentagon. C. Round. D. Crossbuck. C. Round.
This road sign means A. Do not enter. B. Slow-moving vehicle. C. You must turn left ahead. D. Construction zone. And the answer is D. Construction zone.
Doing all you can to prevent crashes is called A. Defensive driving. B. Boring driving. C. Anti-collision driving. D. Crash prevention driving. A. Defensive driving. The average perception time for an alert driver is A. 0.25 to 0.5 seconds. B. 0.75 to 1 second. C. 3 to 4 seconds. D. 1 to 2 seconds. B. 0.75 to 1 second. Total stopping distance is A. The sum of reflex distance, preparation distance, and braking distance. B. Perception distance minus reaction distance. C. The total minimum distance a vehicle has traveled until the driver can bring it to a complete stop. D. The sum of yielding distance and braking distance. C. The total minimum distance a vehicle has traveled until the driver can bring it to a complete stop. Parking is allowed. A. Within intersections. B. On crosswalks. C. On public roads. D. Within 15 feet of a fire hydrant. C. On public roads.
This sign warns ahead. A. Of a reduction of lanes. B. That a divided highway ends. C. That a reversible lane starts. D. Of two-way traffic. And the answer is D. Of two-way traffic.
At 40 miles per hour, the average driver's reaction time accounts for feet traveled. A. 111. B. 88. C. 44. D. 22. C. 44. Any driver under 21 with a breath or blood alcohol level of or higher is required to attend a substance abuse course. A. 0.08. B. 0.2. C. 0.5. D. 0.05. D. 0.05. Which of the following is a penalty for a first DUI conviction? A. Probation, not more than 1 year. B. License revocation, minimum 1 year. C. Driving license termination. D. Mandatory 30 days in jail. A. Probation, not more than 1 year.
This sign indicates that the road ahead A. Is a divided highway. B. Curves right. C. Turns sharply right, then left. D. Curves right, then left. And the answer is D. Curves right, then left.
On slippery roads, drivers should A. Come to a complete stop. B. Reduce the reaction distance. C. Leave more space in front of their vehicle. D. Increase their speed to avoid hydroplaning. C. Leave more space in front of their vehicle. If you want to go to a social event where you might drink alcohol, you should A. Arrange to go with 2 or more people and agree that one of you will not drink alcohol. B. Arrange to remain overnight or ride home with a friend who does not drink. C. Use public transportation or a taxi, if available. D. All of the above. D. All of the above. The length of a point suspension is 3 months for A. 9 points within a 18-month period. B. 18 points within a 18-month period. C. 24 points within a 24-month period. D. 12 points within a 12-month period. B. 18 points within a 18-month period. If a law enforcement officer suspects your vehicle equipment is not properly maintained, the officer A. May force you to call a mechanic. B. May stop your vehicle at any time for a vehicle inspection. C. May suspend your driver license. D. May send you to jail. B. May stop your vehicle at any time for a vehicle inspection.
This sign tells drivers that A. There is a reduction of lanes ahead. B. They must stay on the right side of the divider. C. A divided highway ends ahead. D. There is a right turn ahead. And the answer is B. They must stay on the right side of the divider.
Which of the following is true? Your license will be suspended. A. If you commit retail theft. B. If you are found guilty of racing on the highway. C. If you park next to a fire hydrant. D. All of the above. A. If you commit retail theft. Driving 16 miles per hour or more over the lawful or posted speed will result in points being added to your driving license. A. 4. B. 2. C. 6. D. 3. A. 4. Drivers who leave the scene of a crash involving injury commit a felony of the degree A. First. B. Second. C. Fourth. D. Third. D. Third.
This road sign means A. No left turn. B. Divided highway. C. Yield. D. No parking. And the answer is D. No parking.
The financial responsibility law requires drivers to A. Be financially responsible for damages they may cause to others when a motor vehicle crash happens. B. Pay $15,000 of property damage liability. C. Share the financial risk of road crashes with the other drivers. D. Pay their car insurance. A. Be financially responsible for damages they may cause to others when a motor vehicle crash happens. The Florida standard speed limits in municipal speed areas is A. 25 miles per hour. B. 55 miles per hour. C. 30 miles per hour. D. 20 miles per hour. C. 30 miles per hour.
This road sign means A. Merging traffic. B. Do not enter. C. You must come to a complete stop. D. Slow down, stop if necessary, and yield the right of way. And the answer is D. Slow down, stop if necessary, and yield the right of way.
If you are the driver or owner of a vehicle which is in a crash that is your fault, and you do not have insurance to comply with the financial responsibility law, you A. May be sent to jail. B. Can be fined up to $1,000 or jailed up to 60 days. C. May be required to pay for the damages before your driving privilege is reinstated. D. Must purchase a policy with a minimum coverage of $50,000 within 60 days. C. May be required to pay for the damages before your driving privilege is reinstated.
This road sign means A. Bicycles cross or ride beside traffic. B. Yield to motorcycles, but not to bicycles. C. Yield right-of-way to bicycles. D. Bicycles have the same rights as other vehicles. And the answer is A. Bicycles cross or ride beside traffic.
Unlawful speed resulting in a crash will result in points being added to your driving license. A. 2. B. 3. C. 6. D. 4. C. 6. In Florida, bicyclists on public roads have the same rights and responsibilities as A. Sidewalk riders. B. Drivers of motorized vehicles. C. Pedestrians on sidewalks and in crosswalks. D. Mopeds. B. Drivers of motorized vehicles. When a person under the age of 18 is not restrained by a safety belt or a child restraint device, a seatbelt violation will be charged to A. The driver. B. The passenger under 18. C. Both. D. There is no violation. A. The driver.
This road sign A. Warns drivers of a sharp turn left. Drivers should slow their speed and keep to the left. B. Provides an advance notice of a roundabout. C. Warns drivers that U-turns are not permitted. D. Is a no right turn sign. And the answer is B. Provides an advance notice of a roundabout.
On highways, when the posted speed limit is 70 miles per hour, the minimum speed limit is A. 30 miles per hour. B. There is no minimum speed limit, it is always safe to drive slowly. C. 50 miles per hour. D. 35 miles per hour. C. 50 miles per hour. Driving during restricted hours will result in points being added to your driving license. A. 2. B. 6. C. 3. D. 4. C. 3. Your license must be revoked if you A. Are found guilty of 15 offenses for which you receive points within a 5-year period. B. Fail to carry insurance on your vehicle. C. Fail to stop for a school bus. D. You refuse to take a DUI test. A. Are found guilty of 15 offenses for which you receive points within a 5-year period. The Florida standard speed limit in school zones is A. 20 miles per hour. B. 30 miles per hour. C. 25 miles per hour. D. 55 miles per hour. A. 20 miles per hour.
This road sign means A. Stop sign ahead. B. Merge right. C. Curve ahead. D. Reduction in lanes. And the answer is D. Reduction in lanes.
The Florida standard speed limit in business or residential areas is A. 30 miles per hour. B. 55 miles per hour. C. 20 miles per hour. D. 15 miles per hour. A. 30 miles per hour.
This road sign means A. No passing zone. B. Divided highway ahead. C. Flagger ahead. D. Merging traffic. And the answer is B. Divided highway ahead.
A texting while driving violation is punished as follows. A. On first offense, 2 points are added to the primary offense if texting occurred in a school zone. B. Texting while driving is not a violation. C. License revocation. D. No penalty on first offense. For subsequent offenses, 2 points are added to the primary offense if texting occurred in a school zone. D. No penalty on first offense. For subsequent offenses, 2 points are added to the primary offense if texting occurred in a school zone. Which of the following is not true? Your license must be revoked if A. You are found guilty of drug possession. B. You are found guilty of not stopping to give help when the vehicle you are driving is involved in a crash causing death or personal injury. C. You failed to stop for a school bus. D. All of the above. C. You failed to stop for a school bus. Passing a stopped school bus will result in __ points being added to your driving license. A. 3. B. 5. C. 6. D. 4. D. 4.